My name is Soraya. Welcome back to the channel. I want to just talk today about twin flames and why we manifest them. Where do they come from? Why are they there? I'm talking about them like they're aliens. But why would you be with your twin flame? Why are they even in your life? Why do you have a twin flame? Why? I just want to know why. My mom used to always say that was my favorite question when I was a kid. Why? I would always be asking why, because I want to know. Yes, I get that that's why people do, or I get that that's what people do, but why do they do it that way? This is a good question to ask. As a matter of fact, I think that everybody should be asking why a lot more often, because there's a lot of things that are being done that nobody's asked why about for a while, and it could use some why asking. You know what I mean? That would help. But anyway, my point is that I'm going to be talking about why is your twin flame there? Why does your twin flame exist? Why are they in your life? What's the purpose of your relationship with them? What's the point? And it serves your relationship with your twin flame, your union with your twin flame serves a huge purpose, that I think can easily get lost in the information that's out there. And I really want to point to the bigger reason. In Christianity, we would always call this kingdom perspective, right? Seeing things the way that God sees them, not just the way that people see them, right? And so I kind of want to talk about it from that perspective because, to the world, to people, it looks like it's just a normal relationship. It's you and another person. Y'all might have some things in common. Y'all might look like you're totally different. You might look like you come from totally different backgrounds. That's not really what a twin flame is about. But what is the purpose? Why would God create twin flames? What is the point of all this? And, what's really going on beneath the surface? What is the purpose of this relationship? And so I want to first start by talking about your true desires as a person, as a soul. What do you really desire in life? For every person, it's different. We all have different desires that God has put on our heart, different lives that we want to live, different skills and strengths that we have that we want to express, gifts that we want to give to the world, experiences we want to enjoy. We all have unique things that we want in this life. And those are things that were given to us by God. And it's very much a part of our natural blueprint. If you were to look back in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, everything was very simple. They were together. They had a life purpose to, in the Bible, they name the animals, right? That's their life purpose. They have something to do in their life, love to give, creativity to express. And life was very simple for them. They didn't have a bunch of rules and expectations to follow. They didn't have a peer group who was judging them and thinking, oh, you need to be this way and not that way. They were just living the true expression of who they are. It was very natural. It was very free flowing. But if you look at the world today, and really ever since the fall, it's not that simple. We're basically, when we're raised, we are taught all these different expectations, beliefs, limitations that we put on ourselves, demands that we have for ourselves of how we should be, what we should want, what we should have. And we kind of adopt all of the stuff into ourselves, and we basically take it on, and we're like, okay, I'm going to follow this track that was laid out for me and make these kind of decisions that I was told were the best decisions to make. And that's what's expected of me, and that's what I'm going to do. And it's kind of that is the path of least resistance. It seems that way because it's society and all of culture and your family and your circle of friends, everybody is kind of going in that same direction. And so it feels like the path of least resistance. But everyone pays a very high price for that in the long run. There's a reason we have something called a midlife crisis, because we basically hit a point where we realize that the life that we've created does not truly honor who we really are inside, and we feel trapped and we feel restricted and we feel kind of like we've lost something very precious to us, because we've let our dream die, basically, and we've traded our dream for someone else's dream and someone else's expectations and someone else's desires for us. And so this is the life that you see most people living in the world today. And for many generations before us, this is what people call normal. And everybody goes through it, and it's kind of accepted. It's like, oh, okay, well, you're going to go through this, and then you're going to go through this phase, and you're going to have a midlife crisis on some level. For some people, it's very mild. For some people, it's not mild at all. It's just kind of like, okay, that happens. It's normal to have that experience. But is it really? And this is kind of where twin flames come in, because when God created you, he didn't create you as like a glob of clay ready to be molded by your parents and society. He created you in his image. Like, he's the one who formed you. He's the one who put the desires in your heart and who put the dreams in your heart and your mind. He's the one who created you to be what you are. And it was very intentional, and it was it was perfected in God. And when you're born and you're coming to this world, you have your family, and you belong to them in a sense, like you're in the family. You look like each other. You have like a lot of generational stuff, karmic stuff going on in your family. But at the end of the day, you're still you. You're the you that God created. God formed you. And so what happens is as we get older and we start adopting all these new expectations of us, is we kind of leave ourselves, our true selves, to go and try to make other people happy, meet other people's expectations, do what we think we should do instead of really following our hearts. And we deviate from God's original plan for our lives. And that starts from a very young age. And we obviously when we're really young, we're kind of like a sponge, and we're absorbing and learning these things from our parents. But as soon as we start making, having the more autonomy we have, we express this more and more. And we we make choices, and we just kind of follow along that choice. And it's a choice to align with these expectations, to align with what other people think that we should be doing and things like that. And so we end up living a life that isn't really true to our true design. We kind of left that behind to have this other thing, to live this other life that we've created for ourselves. And it's not natural. It takes a lot of energy to live that way, because it's not our natural state. It's not our natural function. And basically, like I said, everybody's pretty much doing it. I'm not gonna say everybody, because not everybody, there are exceptions, but most people, if you look at the general society, most people are living this way. And it's very painful. It comes at a very high price. And the reason why people pay it without thinking is because they're not actually really thinking about it. And they're not actually really looking at it objectively and making a conscious decision. They just kind of, they made the decision unconsciously when they were very young, and they just stick with that through the rest of their life. Then your twin flame comes along. if you choose to meet your twin flame. Everybody has a twin flame. But let's say, you call in your twin flame and you meet this person. They reveal all the illusions. They basically make everything that you built apart from God and that was out of alignment with your true self. They make it all just fall away and crumble and reveal itself to be what it really is. And it's almost like your twin flame is like a light that shines on all the illusions. And that's the thing, when you shine light on something, it is what it is. You can't hide from the truth anymore. And so, yeah, that's really the purpose of your twin flame, is that they're one with you, and they come in and they basically help you see what isn't real. And they help you see what choices you're making and reveal to you, what you really want, help you come to greater awareness of what you really want. And, as you come into harmony with who you really are inside, you start letting go of those things that you put on and you chose apart from who you really are. And you begin to reclaim those parts of yourself that you cast away from a young age. You begin to live in alignment with who you really are inside. And that is where you are one with your twin flame. That's when you guys live one life together. And that is harmonious union. Is basically you have decided to claim all of who you are and to no longer abandon yourself and to live one life with your twin flame. And so, yeah, from there, once you reach harmonious union and you've decided to reclaim that, you continue, Jeff and Shalia say, this is really where your spiritual life begins, because this is where it's almost like that's your foundation of your life, is harmonious union. And then from there, you go on to create the life of your dreams with God. Every desire in your heart that God has ever put in your heart, God intended to be fulfilled. And your twin flame has those same desires. They have the same dream. They have the same interests. They want the same things out of life. And so once you kind of really, claim who you are, and really, choose your harmonious union, and you create that foundation, the whole rest of your life is just about manifesting your dreams and, living out that dream that God has placed in both of your hearts for your life. And it's beautiful, it's divine, it's heavenly, it's an inspiration to the world. People who, have, maybe they're brokenhearted and they're disappointed and they are living lives that don't feel very good for them. Like, you become like a light in the darkness, and you really begin to show people what they're capable of and what life can be like. And that's the twin flame journey. That's what this is really about. It's about all of humanity awakening to how we were meant to live and what we were meant to have. And your twin flame is your partner in that. And it's such a beautiful journey. It's such a divine journey. It is so deeply spiritual and perfect. To choose your twin flame is to choose who you really are inside and to let go of everything that you're not. To be with your twin flame means to claim your heaven on earth and to experience everything that you were meant to have and all that you were created to be. And to live with your twin flame is to see your dreams come true and to walk the path of every dream that you've ever had fulfilled. And that's truly a path with God. God created those dreams in your heart. He gave you a twin flame when he created you. And he is here to walk with you forever as your dreams come true. This is really about you and God. And your twin flame is just a part of that. Your twin flame is a part of your relationship with God and your partner in that. You are one. So technically it is just you and God. But it's so much fun to have a twin flame because it's like, there's two of you and you're partners, and there's a masculine and a feminine, and it's good stuff. It's juicy. The romance, the just having a lover to enjoy all of this with and to live out your dreams with is just phenomenal. And yeah, there's a reason why God created things this way, because it's just so good. And this is really what we really desire at the core of our being. And so stop settling, stop being okay with half of a life that looks a lot better than it feels, and really claim who you are inside and what you really want. And that is where you will meet your twin flame. And that's all I've got for this video. I hope this helped you guys just get clear. And yeah, I just hope it inspired you guys and just helped you really see what this is about and really understand the choice that you're making when you choose your twin flame. And I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye. You guys, I went to Chick-fil-A earlier. I'm down to just ice, but the Lord's chicken. If y'all do not have a Chick-fil-A where you're from, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's the South, you guys. The South is where you want to be. I'm just saying.